There has to be another way to farm with inputs on the rise. It's costing the American farmer so much more per acre to farm conventionally.
Six years ago, we started using biostimulants, cutting back our fertilizer rates and sugars and looking at the microbes and the rotations. We're just trying to find the right way to do this, maybe blend the organic side to the commercial side, find something happy in between that. We had cattle. I had 120 head of cattle growing up my whole life, and we kind of switched to sheep 10 years ago. Time flies. They're just a little easier to move around over the fields than the cattle are.
The sheep are not like goats. They're not gonna like totally take down the brush, but they really love the tender shoots in the spring. And so they'll really reduce the size of the brush. And so we've kind of set up a pattern, and we started out here on Mission Creek Canyon because if there was a fire to come up, that's where I would start. And so we start out there and we just reduce forage. This field here is all old CRP ground that we have been rotationally grazing and putting into pasture ground with some decent grass. And we have the high tensile fence around it. It's a great place to wean lambs and to bring everybody in when you need to kind of regroup and check moms. But this year, with it being so dry, I've had to utilize this with my mothers. So moms and babies are on this. Right now we're kind of in a holding pattern with these sheep because we don't have crops cut that we can get out on some other canyon grounds. I brought in a semi-load of onions the other day. The great thing about onions is they're like 80% water. So when it's so hot like this, it really helps cut down on our water use also. And the other great thing about onions is their skin is like the nutrition quality of barley. And so you're kind of giving these lambs a little boost and giving them a little grain and helping them continue to grow even though we're in dry conditions.
3 years ago in the spring, I started using this bioactive emissions technology. The exhaust from the tractor comes into this fusion tank. That comes out of these tanks, goes back these tubes underneath the tractor right here, all the way back to the drill, and goes through these cyclones, blows all this steam right into the fan on the drill. This drill's 56 feet long, so all the steam's going back through all that. We've also got a liquid tank. I put liquid biostimulants on. There's a lot of stuff going on. The system's been pretty fail-safe. There's been some things I've had to work on, and it's like anything else, another thing that you're trying to do different, you just got to learn through the whole deal. So anytime you're being innovative and doing an early adopter in some of this stuff, everybody learns from your mistakes, everybody that's watching. We're looking at net profit per acre, not gross. Sure, I love the best crop on the ridge. I mean, I want to have that too, but what pays the bills is net, and that's what our goal kind of is.
When you're starting to feel discouraged in something you're doing, your neighbor or the guy all the way across the state can give you a little insight on something he was doing that helps you refocus your mind and refocus your energy, and it keeps you alive in the farming business. It keeps you alive in the community.